Hello, it's Angela and I'm back again to show you a different way to use your Angela Poole Designs new collection. So far I've concentrated on keeping the colours pretty and light and just perfect for Christmas really. But this time I want to show a different look. A lot of my crafty friends are into mixed media. They like the vintage look and some like steampunk, that kind of thing. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different with the Slot and Spin Festive frame dies and the stencils. So I've created these rusty baubles. For the first one, basically I've taken a plain MDF bauble, exactly like this one, and I've painted it using some rusty patina paints, which are a collection of paints that can create an aged look. It's textured and you can stipple it on. It's there's a brown, a black, a duck egg blue and like a teal colour, and you can create a verdigris effect, a rusty effect. So basically that's what I've done. I've taken the MDF bauble and I've created the textured effect, and then I've taken one of the stencils, which is, let me think, is that one the Ornate crystal stencil? I believe that's a Hershanda exclusive, but I've taken that and placed it on top of my bauble after the paint's dried, and I've put through 2 layers of paste. I put a layer through and let it dry, replaced the stencil over top and did it again, so it's quite raised, and then when that was dry I dry brushed with a little bit of the rusty patina brown paint just to age it a little bit. It actually felt like porcelain when it was dry, and I also rubbed a little bit of Empire Gold gilding wax over the top, so it has a lustre on the raised stencil section. This bit here I've added some of the glimmer paste. I've used it's like, I think it's Moonstone, and it could be the burgundy coloured one. I forget what that one's called, but it's like a purple, but it's more of a reddy purple. And I rubbed that on and just so it gave us a sheen. Now, in order to add the sentiment, I stamped using the Winter Snuggles stamp set, and it says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now, in order to stamp onto a textured surface would be very difficult. So what I did is I stamped using my black ink onto tissue paper, just normal tissue paper, what I use for wrapping, and so I stamped it on there, frayed around the edges, and then applied it to the bauble using Mod Podge. Mod Podge, or perhaps you could use a watered down PVA, but Mod Podge satin finish dries great for me, so I've used that. And then I added a little bit more sparkle over the top. The top I made it look a bit more rusty on the cap, and added a matching sort of lace tie. So that's my first vintage bauble there. For the second one, I took again the plain MDF bauble shape. Again I applied the patina paints, this time mostly the duck egg blue, and then I added the duck egg blue with a little bit of white gesso, and placed the Ornate Ornate crystal stencil on top and dabbed through with a brush to create a lighter effect in the background. I then die cut the snowflake die 3 times from craft card. I glued them together and layered them up, and then I applied the rusty patina paints, all 4 colours, and just to make it look like a rusty sort of piece of metal really. And when it was dry, I just added on a little bit of the Empire Gold gilding wax and did a little bit at the top as well for the top of the bauble. The centrepiece is actually one of the Slot and Spin Festive frame snowflakes, which generally would spin in the centre, but I've added it here. Again, I've layered it up, 2 or 3 layers of snowflake from craft card, layered up, and then I've applied glue and patina paints and loose glitter to give this sort of sparkly effect, but also there's some patina underneath to show through. Right, well, I also threaded it with some lace, and it's just a different look, and I really like them. So it was an experiment, so it goes to show that these frames are very, very adaptable, using whatever your style of crafting is. Thank you for looking. Thank you. Bye-bye.